Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Server Room. I'm Nandini, your host for the podcast, and today we have Saravanan Muthian. He's the CIO of Zoho Corp of companies, and we'll be talking a lot about the culture of Zoho, internal support tickets, when he joined Zoho, how long it has been, and how his journey has been throughout. So, welcome to the podcast, Saravanan.
Hi,
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's great. That's great. It's so nice to have a person who has so much experience in a lot of other fields as well, not just software. But I'd love to, get to know more about how the culture of Zoho evolved because you've been here since how many years?
25 years.
You said it in such a simple line, but 25 years for me is a lot because I am not that old as well. So 25 years is definitely bigger than my life. And you being associated to a company for 25 years, I think tells a lot. And I just want to know about how it has been since you joined Zoho and how you as a person have changed.
I joined Advent at that time. It was 2000. We had 150 members in the company. And I joined as a documentation manager.
Okay.
And we had a few products like WebNMS, SNMP API, SNMP agent and all. And we'll be doing all the documents for administrators, developers, and users. And we'll have Java docs also. So everything, it was in HTML pages. And we used to have a website also. I used to do multiple jobs.
Okay.
And all the technology that we are using, all the old one, like shell scripts, JavaScripts,
Right.
and plain HTML, PHP program.
Okay.
So all the tools and all we'll be using the PHP program. We will track everything in a sheet. We will not have tools and all. Most of the things will be tracked in the sheets. Then we'll have two smaller tools, one for internal IT and support for customers, and the second one is for tracking the traffic.
Okay.
Which is all the website pages, content and all viewed by people, and it will be tracked in the database, the logs, and that we will pass and put it in the database, and using the PHP program we'll be showing it as a report. So everything will be siloed. The customers, it will be a separate data, and the finance team will be following it in a sheet.
Okay.
So we will not have many tools and all simple, but we'll interact a lot.
Okay.
Because we don't have more tools and all. Maybe for intranet, we'll be having another PHP forum at the most. These are all the things. Rest of the things all mail. Even the mail is Thunderbird. So we have no common tools and all like today.
Right. Okay.
From that level, today we have moved to a 18,000 people company. You can see the system changes, how the organization setup changed. We are having multiple brands like Finance Engine, Zoho, Zakia, and so on.
Right.
Same way, we do have different business units. Like for monitoring, we do have Manage Engine, IT Enterprise Management, that item, and we do have IT, SM, and AD, different business units for Manage Engine. And we do have a lot of business units like customer experience, employee experience, and then mail and collaboration, project management. So many business units in Zoho, like this Zoho, like your POS. We do have multiple products and so many teams, so many verticals like product management, engineering, So it's very, very difficult for you to manage from 150 to 18,000. Whatever tools we do have that time and all are simple tools, and the technology will be very, very, very basic technology.
And
PHP and
very slow as well.
yeah, and the internet also will be very slow.
Correct. Yeah.
And for this, there is a big change we have to do it. Over a period, we have slowly evolved and we have changed a lot in our approach.
Okay.
As Zoho grew, so did my perspective on my role.
Of course. Of course.
And whatever technology and the innovation that we are doing today, that has to add value for the business. So we were doing all the individual tasks, do it in time, getting things done. These are all the things which we were doing at earlier stage. And the team is tuned for that. And later stage, when the company evolves, we have to concentrate on how we have to do the business and what are the technology that we have to use and that will add value for the business. That is where my responsibility changed. And my basic change I had is my mindset, where I started thinking about holistic view. Instead of concentrating on day-to-day job and handling the task, I want to think, what is a solution I can give? With the latest technology and the innovation, how I can define the strategy. So my role slowly changed over a period of time.
Correct. Yeah.
And I have to think of building the team for that. The team initially, they were concentrating on finishing the work that they are giving, and we have to ensure that the task is done in time. And that is not going to solve the problem today. So we have to train the team. We have to interact with multiple teams and understand their need. And instead of solving the problem then and there, and instead of giving an isolated solution, we have to think as a large scale and we have to think of future. What are the opportunities we do have? How we can materialize it? And we have to capitalize the market needs and other things. So the role of mine changed towards a strategic leader.
Okay. All right.
Now in the current situation, I'm looking at how I can solve a problem, how I can explain it in a different way, how to train the team for the current situation, how the technology can add value for our business. This is a major change which I am seeing now, starting from silo, and today I am working on different areas from end-to-end solutions. Today, if you see, it is not on the solution that we are giving. Okay. Different products are used for different purposes.
Correct.
And we have to integrate, automate, so many things we have to do so that we can add the value.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, Zoho's whole philosophy is to help other businesses grow as well. And to enable that, we need to work together. Each product needs to work together so that their business can grow.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been a lot. And today, if I ask you, like, what exactly is the role of a CIO for you? If you have to explain it to, like, let's say, a child, how would you explain it?
If you ask me to explain to a child, I'll make it like this. If a child wants to play a game, and then I'll ask whether you want to play an online game or field game.
Okay.
Understand their need and get the things for them. And make sure that I'm providing all the tools and facilities for them. Whenever there is a problem, fix it. The same way, I'm doing it for
The
company.
Understood.
I'm facilitating all the tools and the functions needed for them.
Mm.
And whenever they are facing any problem, I'm addressing it. So that they'll be more productive.
That's nice. So I think they'll be able to like understand and probably correlate to a game as well as the company as well. That's good. That's good. So how does like your day to day look like if you come to office, let's say at 10 a.m.?
No.
What is it that you would do?
I'll come at 8:30.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
See, some of the reports I look at. In the morning itself, I go through all the reports, and after coming in, we have a standard reports that I look at, whether there is any issues, support tickets,
Right.
and how the download leads and all signups. All those reports I'll go through. Then I'll go into the chat, mails, and connect. So most of the time I'll be looking at the reports that are there, standard reports.
Okay. And those are automated reports?
Everything is automated.
And it wasn't like this when you joined?
Oh, when I joined, we'll be parsing all the data and we'll be putting in the database. We will be having all the report, but most of the things will be in sheet or simple too. Yeah. Today, the reports that we are looking at is value-added report. Whereas that time it will be downloads one report, then revenue one report, what is the spending, and the traffic. Today, we will have end-to-end where what is a download, how the conversion is happening, what are the value-adding customers, and how many new customers we got, kind of data we'll be getting, and it's all automated. Some of the things will be in chat, some of the things will be in mailing.
Yeah, so I think even like for the context, it's very unified right now.
Yeah,
that helps a lot for any business, I think. Yeah. So Zoho is known for eating its own dog food, and that's a phrase that is very popular in all the interviews, in all the press releases that people talk about. And I just wanted to know, has this always been the case, like since you were part of Zoho?
Eating our own dog food, that is a mantra for us. Whenever we go for some product, we'll ensure that it is tested internally.
Good.
At the initial stage, we were having all small tools, but the first tool we started using is a mail. We had a Zoho, not Zoho Mail, it's a different name, and that was the initial tool we started using, and we migrated for Thunderbird to Mail. Then we have the creator tool. Using the creator, we have done IT asset, IT help desk, and then HR tool. When we rolled out the product, Zoho People and all, we migrated from creator to Zoho People. And in between for sales, we have done everything on mails and sheet. Then we moved to Zoho CRM, where we started pushing all the sign up, download data and all, tracking from CRM, and we have done it. And then when we release finance products like invoice and books, we started pushing all the invoice to books. From there, we did the invoicing.
Okay.
Similarly, subscription, we started doing the billing.
Yeah.
And then project, when we release a project, we started using project management tool. Likewise, we started using each and every tool.
Right.
At one point, Sridhar gave me a challenge. Saravanan, your responsibility is we have to ensure that all the products has to be used internally first. This is a challenge given to me later. And we will ensure that before release, it is used internally.
Right.
Every team has to use it. Some teams will not move. Even I remember a couple of senior managers, they were reluctant to move. I said, you are the last two people. If you are not going to move now, I have to inform Sridhar. 1% more. 1% even that time didn't move.
Okay.
Then see the call. If you're not going to move, and you will not get mails at all.
Oh.
See, that type of approach we had.
Yeah.
So the eating our dog food is in our blood. It is our DNA. Sridhar is very specific on it. He will not give up that part. In fact, we have Zoho on Zoho. If you remember, Sridhar will be looking at it regularly. And he will be the one who like or make comment. He'll post always. So that type of importance we'll be giving. Like eating our own dog food, that phrase. It is going to be mantra for us.
And I think...
and another thing is, this is going to be the stress tester.
Yeah, correct. So have there been like internal support tickets where there's been a challenge and we're not able to solve it, or we come up with like a very unique way to solve that issue? Because I'm sure if Zoho and Zoho has been running since a very long time, there would be these unique issues that might come up. And how did we as a company solve it?
I don't remember the unique issue and all.
Okay.
Maybe I can give an interesting point here. In Webmaster, we'll be getting support tickets, issues from customers and various users coming up with issues. We have a team and we'll support. Whenever a team is not able to answer, I'll go and answer. Sometimes, strategy perspective, some questions will be there, and that I'll be telling, man, wait for 10 minutes. It will be responded by Sridhar. He will respond. So Sridhar will be giving importance to two things. One is support, the other one is Zoho and Zoho.
Okay. Hey, that's good. So whenever Zoho launches a new product, and they have been a lot in the past few years that I have seen myself. So how do they get stress tested internally before getting launched?
So whenever we release a product, we'll ensure that the beta is used internally. Even it is not for the whole team. We'll be releasing it for a small team. They'll be trying it out. Then it will be more used by different teams. Even in Zoho, we will not roll it out for whole complete Zoho. We'll part by part, we'll roll it out. At one stage, we'll expose this to whole company. That time, it will be fully tested. And the performance, because we do have 15,000 to 20,000 people over a period. So earlier stages and all, it was around 10,000. That 10,000 is a huge number. When we started using that product, it will be stressed. Whatever issues we are getting, that will be posted in the Zoho and Zoho, or we will be giving feedback to the teams, and the teams will address it. So when we expose it to the customer, that time it will be less error, or the performance will be good.
Yeah. So how does this help, let's say, our sales team, or let's say the people who directly face customers day to day? How does that this internal stress testing really help them to answer their complex needs? If there's a customer who's an enterprise and they have probably 20,000 plus employees, I'm sure it would be easier for us to answer questions, because we already could have been faced, we would have already faced it internally, and then it becomes easier for us to answer questions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It will help us a lot, because we are working on the product and we understand the flow, everything, use cases and all. And when we are presenting the product to the customer, especially enterprise customer, we are not going to sell the product as it is. We will be asking, what is the problem? What are the use cases that has to be solved?
Yeah.
When we ask all those things, it will be, most of the things will be already you would have faced it. So we will be giving a better solution for them.
Yeah.
And we can easily understand their need, and we can give better solution also on how to use the product. And this will give more confidence for the users, because we are talking in their own language, kind of.
Correct.
And whatever problem they are explaining, we can easily understand. Even if we don't have a solution, we can add it to the roadmap and we can give solution in future. So these are all the things which help the customer a comfort zone. Well, they'll be in a comfort zone to buy the product.
Correct. Yeah. When you see another company that has gone through the same issue and are able to still work, then
Correct.
Obviously it gives them the confidence that
Exactly.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So, but on the flip side, what would you say if what are the challenges that a company might face if they rely completely on their own software stack?
Okay. On a flip side, there are a few issues. For example, we are doing a product internally and we are testing it. We'll do more optimize, more customize. Well, and the teams will ask for each and every use cases to be solved. When we concentrate on internal, some of the use cases will not be a normal use case in the market or for the customer. Because the teams are asking, we will start providing solution for that and we'll be hooked in. And there will be a big distraction from the original goal of the product. Right. This is the biggest challenge we have to face. But we have a better solution for that also. In our process, we have handled it in a better way. As I said earlier, we will be testing it internally before releasing it to the customer. In between, we have one more step, wherein we'll expose it to the partners.
Right.
It is a domain expertise. When they started testing it, they'll come on Crips. If there is a distraction, if the product is not addressing the end user need, then they'll give a feedback. Even they can say, don't release the product. It is not at all fulfilling. You keep the old version. We have faced such cases and all. We'll revert to the older version and internally and address the feedback given by the partners and then make sure it is usable by end users.
Right. Yeah, I think having a channel is really important. And yes. Zoho definitely runs by that, because even in different countries that we actually sell products, we do it through the channel partnership. And it has a lot of advantages for sure, because I'm in touch with them. And I'd recently gone for an event where I actually talked to them, got to know more about what they did. And it makes a lot of sense for a company to outsource and, give freedom to the channel partners to sell in their own country, because they would know the market better. If we are an Indian company, then we know the Indian market better. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because even in countries, their whole internet and different the whole infrastructure basically changes country to country. And if there it's getting tested, then obviously it's better for the customers in that country.
Correct.
Right. Okay. So if a CIO today comes to you and tells you that, I want to run my company on my software. So what is that one thing you would tell them that you have to definitely watch out for?
No, don't get distracted away from the user experience.
Okay.
Make sure that you're giving importance to the user experience and forget about the small changes that internal teams are asking for. When you're going and satisfying the internal needs, at the end, the product will suffer. And that is a lesson I learned in Zoho. We had a big issue we faced earlier. And that's a lesson we learned. We should not do a product for internal alone. We have to consider the user experience, ensure that the product is used outside.
Right. So what exactly does this user experience entail? So is it only about the design, or is it how the product works?
How the product works, that matters. And how usable it is. Sometimes they will be asking some feature which is not commonly required feature in the market. People will go and request for internal specific case. It will not be a use case at all outside. And that experience will differ from common usage. In such a scenario, it will backfire.
So in a time when cloud first is the mantra for any company out there who want to, become big, Zoho has invested heavily in its own data centers. So how do you think this affects the enterprise infrastructure?
Okay. The enterprise infrastructure basically need three factors.
Okay.
One is control. The second one is a performance. And the third one is a trust.
Okay.
Whenever you have your own data center, that will give you control over your own data. You don't need to depend on third party. You don't need to depend on their policies. You don't need to depend on the pricing. So you'll have control over your data center. Whenever you want to expand, you can expand. And the complete control of it is with you.
Yeah.
The second one is a performance. Whenever there is a need, performance need, we can go and enhance ourselves. We don't need to depend on third party, the budget, and with negotiation and all. Not at all needed. So you can go and order servers and implement it. And whatever security control at all we need, that we can make it on our own.
Yeah.
And the third one is trust.
Right.
So most of the companies today, they are common companies and all. They have to obey regulations. So whenever we do audit for ourselves, it will be helpful for the customers also. So they no need to go for any auditing. So today we do have a lot of regulations, POPIA, MITI, GDPR. So we get the SOC certification, ISO certification for our infrastructure that can be used by the customers also. So the control, performance, and trust is three factors that bring it cloud first useful.
So Zoho has a lot of products in its own suite, and for customers to use it, they'll definitely be using products in combination to understand their business better. So all of this data within each app or product actually stays within the same infrastructure. So how do we maintain the consistency across all products and also prevent the chaos that comes with having a lot of customers and storing their data?
We are using a proper data structure, and we have the SaaS framework in place. It's a common framework and a centralized one. And whenever an application is developed, it will be on that, over that.
Okay.
So all the data will be linked, and every application will have APIs, and using APIs, we can interconnect all the applications. And contextually, it will be integrated. By doing so, we will be having a data integrity. Even if there are some miss, we can use the other applications like Catalyst or low-code platform to make sure it is
running smoothly.
And we can do a periodic audit.
Correct.
And the continual improvisation, we can maintain the data structure. We do have one more bottleneck in our case. We do have multiple data centers. It is not one data center room. In our case, the controller information will be in different places. In such scenario, we'll use analytics as a core base. We'll push all the data to analytics.
Okay.
And from there, we'll be taking all the reports. It is very, it is not on in inter-application alone. Inter-data center also is a challenge for us. For a customer, it is not a problem. For us, it is going to be a challenge where we'll push all the data to analytics. From there, we'll get the reports, consolidated report. GDPR and the compliance and all will come into picture. In that case, we'll get the consolidated numbers alone, move to one data center, and from there we'll see the reports. So this is how we'll do the data integrity.
Okay, so these are the reports you actually go through in your day.
Yeah.
Okay. So you look at different data centers as well?
No, the data and all will be raising it. Where, say, as a CIO, I'll be handling all the data and process policies and all. In such scenario, all the data center will be handling it. And I'm the product manager for store. So I'll be handling the data, store data in different data centers. From there, I will look at the reports and consolidated data reports also will see.
Nice. Okay, good. So, I'm sure like all of this has happened over the course of how many ever years you've been here, and you've seen Zoho products scale as well. So, how do you ensure that scalability is happening along with us not losing sight of sustainability?
Okay. We are giving importance for sustainability. In fact, all the products performance and whenever there is a legacy system, we'll be removing it. All those things we will do periodically so that cloud optimization will be there, that the energy is saved. And second part is the modernization of the systems.
Right.
We'll be keep upgrading our system.
Right.
And by doing so, we can save the energy. And the last one is e-waste. So we'll have a contract with vendors who are supporting e-waste, proper system. And certified e-waste vendors will be in agreement with, and we'll dispose all our devices to them. So these are all the ways we are improving. It is not that alone. We do have 2 5 megawatt solar system that caters our need for Zoho HQ current. And we have, thousands of trees in 2 hills
Right.
in Zoho campus. That is one more thing. We are having the LED lighting system. And 80 to 90% of our employees are using either the public transport or the office transportation. That will avoid the carbon emission. So we will give importance in all perspective. Similarly for our irrigation, we will be using the drip irrigation. In all the places, it is all drip irrigation.
So, in a time when AI, ML, automation, all of these are like the most talked about phrases and terms in the market out there, how do we ensure that human judgment is still part of the process and the workflows?
We won't believe automation for the sake of it. We do automation across products. Otherwise, we'll end up with mismatches in data and other things. Whenever we do automation, we'll ensure that the data collection or automated tasks, mundane work, where we'll do all the automation. Once the data is collected, the human is involved wherever there is a decision making or strategic analysis or the edge cases analysis and all. We'll ensure the human involvement.
Yeah.
We'll have all the reports across. But when you come to analysis, you were asking me that earlier, what will we be doing? I look at the data, and it's not data alone. That time I'll analyze how this month is going to be, how the revenue is going to be, what are we going to do whenever there is a drop in the data. There will be an indication. That can be automated. But the decision or what are the changes to be done, that has to be done by an individual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it is not automation versus human. It is automation with the human working in tandem. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do you look at the future of technology to be? Is it going to be a lot of AI, or like how do you envision the next 5 years in software industry to look like?
See, it's very difficult for you to predict. There are a lot of things going on AI perspective and mixed feedback. Teams are saying there is a big productivity change happening. We are saving so many percentage of support tickets and so many of coding. We are saving so much time and all by using AI. But it has not been proven by many companies. It's on an initial stage. So it's open. For me, 50-50. We are also doing all the changes and we are seeing some improvement. The quality, there will be a change. Because of AI, there will be a quality improvement. But how far it is going to reduce the resources, the productivity, not sure. It is open.
Right. Yeah. It also needs to be backed by the numbers as well of the company, because if, let's say, the productivity is increasing by an X percentage, it should also reflect in the numbers as well.
Yes, but we cannot predict it today. We are doing it. Yes, some teams are saying, I'm not getting any improvement. Some teams are saying 30%, 40%. It's very difficult for you to decide at this stage. It has to be used for a period of 1 or 2 years. Then we'll know what is the effective productivity change, what is the effective value addition it is making.
Yeah. So I have a last 2 questions for you, and they're going to be in a different format than all the episodes that we've shot before. And it's going to be a rapid fire question. So you basically just have to think about the first thing that comes to your head and just talk about that. And I have 2 questions for you. So the first one is, if Zoho's suite of products were a cricket team, which one would be the captain and why?
Okay, you are talking about cricket team. Yeah. Then I have to compare it with IPL team.
Okay, sure.
IPL team, most of the captains are the core player in Indian team.
Yep.
So it is, Indian team is a bunch of captains.
Okay.
Each and every product is a captain, is at top in their area.
Right.
In that case, a product is going to be a group of captains with no egos, just execution. That's it.
Okay. That's a very unique perspective to look at it, and I will take it for sure. The next one is, let's say you were stranded on the desert. Which product of Zoho would you actually take, and how would that help you?
CRM.
Okay.
The reason is, all the data we are pushing into CRM today. We will have every data collected in the data, starting from the traffic, users, until their support tickets. All are linked. So I'll have CRM in place. And that will solve the purpose on business perspective. If you take survival, literal meaning, then I prefer click. I can give message. I can use audio or video calls.
That's perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Saravanan. It was a pleasure to have you on the episode today. And I loved shooting the whole episode with you. And looking forward to have you on another episode as well, where we talk about different things about Zoho, maybe not Zoho and maybe something else as well. So yeah, looking forward to that episode as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andri.
Yeah.